Welcome back, everybody. I am Ashley LGR for Rosyla Streaming Network. I hope you had yourselves a good morning. This live stream is a little bit later in the afternoon. I had appointments today, so I couldn't get around to it in my usual time at around 11:30. So we're kind of doing it now at 2 o'clock. I want to welcome you all here. And just give me a couple of moments to kind of set everything up, and we should be ready to go. Right. Alright, and let's see here. Right, gotta get the live chat working again. Whoops. Pop this chat out. And now we gotta make sure that it works. There it is. It's way too big though. I hate the fact that it never ever saves the configuration. Ever. Always have to... There we go. Alright, there it stays. Let's hope it stays that way. And let's see, where else are we gonna do? Right. Let's go make sure. Got the link going. Sorry, my hair is tickling my face again, as usual. All right. Alright, so that's that. That's all good to go. I'm pretty sure I have everything all set up. As set up as it's gonna get. Alright, let's see here. Alright, now I just gotta log in. On my laptop here to watch the live chat, just to, you know, make sure. Yeah, I kind of moderate my own chat here, so I don't have any moderators or anything. All right. Let's do a test of the live chat test. We gotta wait a few seconds for the live stream to catch up just to make sure that it goes. All right, it's working. All right, here we are. Everything is working now. All right. Doing one more test. I think it's good to go, though. Alright, good. Alright, we're ready to go. So, in the last live stream, we chased Meteion all over the map. We finally caught her, but Hermes intervened. I'm not surprised. And upon his intervention, took us into a dungeon known as Catesis Hyperborea. We defeated him with a bit of difficulty, and we found out Meteion's actual purpose. And I have a feeling that she is the cause of the final days. And because of the memory wipe, No one except Venat, aka Hydaelyn, and Coronasphere, aka my Warrior of Light, know about it. Nobody knows anything about it, which is no good. So, yeah, it's a mess. We're gonna continue on. Thou must live, die, and know. Venat is watching you in quiet contemplation. Coronasphere, listen to me. Our duty now is not to denounce Hermes for his misguided determination, or to convince Emet-Selch and Hythlodaeus that they have been deceived. No, we must instead ensure that the experiences Hermes sought to expunge are preserved. What remains in our memories alone will be our weapon against the final days. You must fight this battle in your age, and I in mine. Come, let us walk together once more. I will see you to the doors of Propylaeon. Alright, you guys, we're leaving. We're leaving the unsundered world behind. It is over here. We have found out what we need to find out. But even though we found out how it starts and how the final days actually came to be, we don't yet know how to actually stop it. I wonder what Hydaelyn is going to discover, or what she's actually going to do in this time while I return back to mine. Jeez. Wow, just seems like only yesterday I actually just came here, isn't it? Gosh, we did so much here. I just don't want to leave. I don't want to leave this place. There she is. And I guess it's time for me to go back into my other robes. Oh, unable to apply glamour plates here. Yeah, lovely. Your time in this age is drawing to an end. Upon speaking to Venat, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Speak with Venat? Yes, we will. Here we go, you guys.
So, it is within. The portal that brought you hither, and will take you home.
Really don't want to go, though. Yes, this is where we part ways. Perhaps I should stay and help.
I appreciate your sentiment. I truly do. But 'tis a very long game that we must now play.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And while you have maintained a stable presence here thus far, there are dangers in lingering over long.
Yeah, that's true, too. Especially if Ether's going to get so drained that, like, Dynamis is going to be, like, rampant all over the place.
No. You must return to your own battlefield. Make use of the knowledge you have attained, that your days here and our friend's sacrifice be not in vain.
Alright.
With Meteion free to pursue her designs, 'Tis only a matter of time until the final days are upon us.
Yeah, she's gonna be on her way back. Things are gonna get nasty here, and quickly. Your beautiful world is going to be destroyed.
We must be ready. From fortifying our defenses to securing our escape, there is much to be done.
Agreed.
In spite of this, we cannot allow the report that set this calamity in motion to become common knowledge. Were the masses to learn the fates of the other stars, I fear the situation would spiral out of our control.
Yeah.
I must carefully consider who can be trusted and bring them into the fold.
Yep.
Ordinarily, I wouldn't hesitate to call upon the 14. However, it was the desire for a fair determination that drove Hermes to attempt to erase our memories. And were he made aware of his actions, there is no telling whether he would remain a friend or become a foe.
Yeah, it's very true. That's tough. That's a tough determination right there. It's like you gotta really think about morals versus the right choice here.
Alternately, we might try to alienate him from the convocation. Yet in doing so, we would deprive ourselves of a brilliant mind who would be invaluable in the crises to come.
I wonder if it's him who decided that they would create Zodiark in the first place to counter it, considering he knew so much of Dynamis.
Quite the dilemma. Which is why I must work independently of the convocation.
And that is how she chose to oppose them. So this is where she opposes them.
Regardless of how we proceed, if we are to permanently avert the final days, we must be equal to Hermes' challenge. We must prove that mankind is worthy to exist.
But how do you prove something to someone who will never see it?
And this hinges, I think, on how we confront the all-consuming despair that accompanies a senseless and seemingly inevitable end.
Confront it with what, though?
Bewildered and divided, we would perish like the peoples of those celestial ruins.
Yeah, but
We could not hope to survive the final days, much less take the battle to Meteion at her nest.
yeah, wherever she is, like, we can't just, like, torpedo ourselves into space. We went to the moon, but we had teleporters to do that. We don't have teleporters to go across the expanse of the galaxy, wherever the hell she is.
We must find a way to defeat despair, to unite and prepare as many as possible for the struggle ahead.
Get them to feel a different emotion, and Dynamis won't have as heavy an impact. It'll allow you to create warriors.
Heavy will weigh the burden of guiding this legion of souls.
Yeah.
Yet I have faith in mankind's potential. As long as he believes in himself, there is naught he cannot achieve. So I will not give up on him. On us.
Devotion.
You may find your world to be very different. Or perhaps the erasure of our friend's memories has sown the seeds of a conjunction between us. We cannot know until the moment is at hand. So shall I strive to do my best, taking naught for granted as I walk my path. And I pray you walk with me to the end.
Oh, you bet. I have been a supporter of Hydaelyn right from A Realm Reborn, and I don't just mean from a storyline standpoint. All the way back during the forums of like Stormblood and Shadowbringers, they were starting to believe that Hydaelyn was a villain. I staunchly defended her.
As you move forward, so too will I. As will all, resolved to fight for the morrow. And when mankind has found the strength to stand against despair, we shall silence the song of oblivion.
With what, though?
She who sings it will learn our journey is far from over. This I promise.
Yeah, but sure, we can maybe raise an army to, like, hold different types of emotions other than what Dynamis feeds off of, but you're gonna lose, like, 3/4 of the world in the process. All in all, it's a losing battle.
Fare you well, my light of the future, till we meet again.
You bet. Here we go. We're on our way back.
From this day forth, I shall strive to bring honor to the seat of Vandana.
Nice. He joined, but then here we go. Ah, the final days of Amarat. Here we go. Meteion has returned. She's brought with her nothing
Even
but
now,
death.
I remember standing there, locked in a moment where the sky is aflame. Where stars fall as tears, and screams darken the seas.
Yeah.
Where resignation rots the trees. Where terror twists magics into abominations. Such is the lament of they who have gone before. The song of they who tried and failed to create a better world. The song of the end.
God, having to watch that. How do you retain conviction when you do that?
That which hides at the edge of the universe is no longer hope's creation. It is hopelessness incarnate. That day, mankind saw half of its number sacrificed to bring forth Zodiark.
Hydaelyn sacrificed himself.
And covering the star in a shroud of ether, we forestalled the final days. Yet the cries echoed still. We wept for innocence lost, wailed for death inevitable. A reality too terrible to bear. And for too many who sought comfort in gilded memories of joyful days and tranquil nights.
This is all wrong! Why must we suffer so?
It needn't be like this. No. There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had.
No, my friends. Suffering exists, and we cannot pretend otherwise. No civilization, however great, could eliminate it. If we would live, we must accept it as our constant companion. Let us not seek to forget this tragedy. Let us carry it in our hearts, that we may grow stronger and know true happiness.
We can't accept it! We won't accept it! It will be ours again! A world free of sorrow!
No, it will not. For there has ever been sorrow. Mankind was but spared its biting sting for a time. So please, open your eyes. To try and reclaim those lives we lost by sacrificing yet more isn't wisdom. It is weakness.
Yep.
No paradise is without its shadows. If we cannot accept this truth and learn from our pain, then our plight shall be repeated.
It's not gonna go the way you think it's gonna go.
O mighty Zodiark! God, born of our boundless faith, we bid you, hear our prayer!
You fools!
Accept this offering of lives, and deliver unto us the lives we once had. Deliver unto us the days of old, the days when the star was a font of love, and we knew naught but bliss.
She's going to kill them.
You would destroy it? Our beautiful world?
Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all, a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning and my purpose. My love. In spite of, or perhaps because of this, I choose to believe in mankind's potential, in his ability to find a way forward. So let there be no way back. From that temptation, I sunder us. No more shall man have wings to bear him to paradise. Henceforth, he shall walk.
And that's when she sundered the world. Or that's when she truly became Hydaelyn herself.
All is excruciating pain. I breathe fire and torment. I birth a world of suffering to mire and plague. In one fleeting moment, lives come and go, ever moving towards the unknown. And in that fleeting moment, they cry for the answer to the question. Why, given life, are they meant to suffer, to die? As fragmented, imperfect beings, yours is a never-ending quest. A quest to find your purpose, knowing your end is assured.
What?
To find the strength to continue when all strength has left you. To find joy, even as darkness descends. And amidst deepest despair, light everlasting. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
I don't know what to make of that video. That was... So she sundered the world before she became Hydaelyn? Or did she transform into Hydaelyn at that moment and then sundered the world? And then when she was walking in that precipice of darkness, the only things that I can understand, like those impacts that she suffered, were all the rejoinings happening, slowly killing her. And she was walking towards that last piece because well, what I'm thinking is she was walking exactly like we were walking in Shadowbringers, just kind of like stumbling forward. Because if the first was to rejoin with the source, that would be it. Everything would just cascade into the end. And Zodiark would be complete, and the Ascians would have won. So I'm thinking that walk was all the rejoinings, and then that last sequence was the determination, or the determining factor, I guess you could say, between whether not just Hydaelyn is going to live, but also you as the Warrior of Light is going to live, because you were as much on death's door as she was, and you were both walking that same line together, and it was almost as though if you had lost in Shadowbringers, the first would have smashed into the source, and Hydaelyn would have been probably killed at that point, and then the Ascians would have won, and the Amarantians would have returned. And they would not have learned any kind of lessons that she tried to give in the first part of the sequence when she was talking to all those Ascians, or all those Amarantians, where she was like, move forward, change your emotions, walk with the dark. And they were like, no, we're not going to. It can't be. We never did that before. We're not going to do that. We're going to rely on Zodiark to save our planet and ourselves, and we're not going to learn any kind of lesson. So I think that's what it was all about. If anybody sees this, definitely leave a comment. I would love to discuss it with you further in the comments section once the video gets posted. Here we go. Return to the source. Report to Kryl in the main hall of the Baldessian Annex. We have returned to our time. Now we find out just how things have gone to hell while I've been gone. Here we go. Wow. This game. And of course it's nighttime again. It's always nighttime when I come over here. Alright. Can't believe I'm back. Sorry, it's hot here, and like my face is starting to sweat, and my hair is getting all messy. It's so much humidity in the air. The humidity is just unrelenting. Coronasphere? Impeccable timing as always. I heard you were off in the first as part of our efforts to investigate the final days. Well, as so often the case, while you were away, we've had some few developments, which we can discuss in just a moment, but for now, however, I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to have you back. As the heavens burn. Though you and Kral both have news to share, hers is perhaps more urgent. Maybe it is. So, have you learned aught more of the final days? Then the journey was well worth the risk. No doubt your newfound knowledge will be a great boon to us all. Unfortunately, during your time on the first, events here have taken a turn for the worse. The Scions are running themselves ragged, trying to contain the spread of blasphemies, but it's a losing battle. To try and ascertain the where and the why of it, Alize and Alphino have been traveling all over. Of all the regions they visited, Locus Amonis is one of the worst affected. Thancred, Estinian, and Graha took a detachment of allied soldiers there to offer aid and succor to those in need. But the province is vast. They only managed to visit a handful of coastal villages. It was an accomplishment worth celebrating still, but a drop in the bucket at best. In the meantime, Ishtola and Master Meteion have been making a concerted effort to try and establish contact with Hydaelyn in the Ethereal Sea, but to no avail. As for Tatario and I, we've been keeping a close eye on the Forum. From what we gather, they've been constructing a vessel to ferry people to the moon, an ambitious project that has likely been years, if not decades, in the making. However, since we've seen no sign of it thus far, I suspect it's still incomplete. You'll also recall the proposal issued by Master Fortuno to the people at Razat Han. Following their discussion, Vitra declared his support for the plan and urged those who wish to evacuate to accept the Forum's invitation. So far, so good, but that's where things get a little strange. Apparently, the Forum caught wind of the lunar teleporter in the Tower of Babel and decided to use it to deliver people to the moon instead of their mysterious ship. Therefore, to secure safe passage for the Hanish refugees to the tower, Alphino, Alize, Estinian, and Graha traveled to Garlemald not long ago. Trouble is, the capital was hardly the safest place to begin with, and now the final days have come to Garlemald. Shortly after our friends arrived, they were sent to rendezvous with Master Fortuno, then panic broke out and our communications were severed. From what fragments we were able to make out before the link shell went completely silent, we can only assume the phenomenon has spread to the capital. The others need you, Coronasphere. Please, you must help them. Having you there will make all the difference, I'm sure of it. Camp Broken Glass was their first protocol, so you best start there. Hopefully Lucille will know where they are. There's no telling what you'll be walking into. You best take every possible precaution. With the capital in as much despair as it already is in, I bet you there's hardly anyone alive left over there. That place is probably crawling with them. I gotta like find out where the hell it is. Count Broken Glass, here we go. Garlemald. Oh boy, here we go! Oh, the final days are here in Garlemald, alright. Weather, apocalypse. Jeez. The world is going to hell in a handbasket. Coronasphere, not a moment too soon. The skies over Garlemald are ablaze, but it's events on the ground that concern me. As you will have heard, your fellow scions arrived ahead of you. We cut the customary greetings short after we received word from our troops on the Magna Glacius that the Forum's airship has landed. It was then that the heavens began to burn. I dispatched your friends at once to ensure the refugees come to no harm. I would have you join them immediately. Additional support's en route, but we'll discuss them later. I trust you're ready to depart? Upon departing for the Magna Glacius, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. In addition, you'll be required to participate in battle. Your progress will be saved at certain points. In the event you are defeated, you'll be able to try again from the most recent of those. Please note that if you enter battle associated with other quests or log out from the game, the progress is lost. Alright, here we go. Here we go, you guys! Earlier in Magna Glacius, I'm going to turn on story mode. Oh man, they're everywhere! Jeez!
No. 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 We were promised an escape. Not the same you fled.
Oh no, he's transforming! Oh man!
I shall not meet my final days here in this blasted waste. Calm yourselves. Your panic is our greatest enemy. Come, we must build a line of defense.
How?
Leave the fighting to us, Father. You must lead the people to safety.
Oh, here we go! Do it, Elfino! Come on, Estinian! Great job.
I can handle this pair. You?
Shall tend to the refugees. Let us be about it.
Oh, there we go, you guys.
As you wish, my little lord.
Oh, I get to play as Alphino. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I wonder what he's got for skills. Oh god. Diagnosis, prognosis.
Attention. See to the wounded.
Okay.
Help is at hand.
I thought I healed them. They're not showing any kind of, Whoa, hello! Alright. Oh man, they're changing! Shh!
Those who
Toxicon.
can stand, come with me.
Die already!
Easy now. Deep breaths.
Come on, we can do it!
You're safe now.
Get up! Go!
Worry not for the refugees, but for yourself.
Where are they? Alright. Whoa! Let's do it! Come on, Estinian! He's taking damage over time. Good stuff. Let's go! Come on! Ah! Whoa, look away, look away! Ah! Good.
But not hard enough!
Alright. We've got this. Oh yeah! That was just one! Like, it took us that long to kill just one of them. Like, there's like 50 of them around here.
Help!
What?
Oh my god! Holy crap! Look at that thing!
No. Don't. I don't want to die.
Forward! Let not a single fiend escape!
Oh, they brought the artillery! Quite literally!
Euless and the army. So, you've recovered then?
Oh, that's good stuff!
In time enough to be of aid. For once. We can speak of it more later. For now, we must fight! To repay your salvation in kind, or with better! For Garlemald has her pride! Of that I've no doubt.
Well, what are you waiting for? Let's go!
The gods. Of all possible saviors, the Imperial Army. Oh!
I had hoped to take all of them down at once.
Think a withdrawal might be in order?
Oh, sod that. You know who would never abandon these people to their fate? To be devoured by their former friends. That'd be beyond cruel. These beasts must fall here and now.
Looks like I might be playing
Well done.
Alize next!
I'd say it's high time we threw caution to the winds.
The only problem is
So
not
long as you spare me the heroic sacrifices.
I am not good with Red Mage.
Now, let's go!
Not good with Red Mage at all. Oh no, I'm playing not just the evil eye, it's giving me the stink evil eye. Like, it's brutal. How do I play this class? I'm just going to press what starts glowing. Delivers an attack. Alright. What's this? Embolden. Get out of here. I have no idea how to play Red Mage, everybody! How dare you! Where's my cure? Do I have cure at all? Oh yeah, I do. It's number 5. Okay. Alright, let's do it. I understand. I gotcha.
Fine.
Exactly, we can do it! Come on, Alize. What's this? Might as well cast that, I guess, right? It's falling down meteors. Wah! Go!
Not today.
Alright, let's do it. I'm doing? Ah! Let's go. Oh! Ow! That's right. Nor am I. Why am I using an AoE against him? Oh, this guy's just like kicking my arse. Here we go.
None to worry about.
Whoa! Ow, 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 ow.
The air crackles with energy. Find cover!
Ah! Ah!
As they say, turnabout's fair play.
Here we go!
God.
Get wrecked! Oh, that one's not disappearing.
There's not the barest trace of ether. Maybe there really is no way to bring them back.
Yeah. They're dead. Dead, dead.
Thank you for saving our lives once again.
They are
I
dead,
remember
dead.
you. From Purusha. You helped us there too, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Ah,
Or
you're from
she did.
Palaka's stand. I'm glad you're still in one piece. Or you will be, once I see to that injury of yours.
There it goes. Now it's destroyed.
Look out!
Oh. Oh, he went
Get
paladin.
out of here! Quickly!
Nice.
I won't lose them! Not a one! This will be a brighter future! I won't let a madman's apocalypse ruin everything we've fought to achieve!
Get him, Gra!
Get it together, Alize. You're embarrassing yourself. And in front of father, no less. You might never measure up to our champion.
That's not required. Just do what you
But
can.
we ask too much of her as it is. You mustn't let Eorzea's hero fight alone.
Look who's here!
Oh,
Look who's here! I'm back! precisely why you should never skip your squat regimen. Oh, I'm so
I can look after
sorry.
myself, you know.
Oh, I love it.
Everything's in order, I trust?
I've had enough of this rabble. Come on!
Let's go!
Oh, a trio for the ages.
Oh, you bet. Let's take it! Get wrecked! Oh yeah, baby! I've learned some new tricks over in Elpis!
Just the beginning.
Oh, is it ever? I'm not done yet either! Get wrecked, buddy! Oh, okay.
I had a feeling I'd find you here.
Oh, we have to fight that big giant eyeball!
This should be the last of the
Leave it
worst
to
trouble
me
victims.
to be fighting a bunch of tentacles. Ah, good old tentacles. Oh man! I better get them healed up here. Do it! Oh yeah, you're not getting us! Having a flattest misery! 42,000, not bad, not bad! Good stuff. Let's turn up the heat.
Leave the healing to me. I'm in your debt.
Just destroying this thing. Whoa. Oh. Ah!
Where were we?
Oh, well, that didn't do too much. That didn't do too much. We're good. We're good. Where were we indeed? We're about ready to wreck this guy. Let's do it. Oh yeah, baby. No tentacles are going to go and ruin my day. that was a good match. That was a good fight. I loved it.
You must board without delay. The ship will depart ere long.
Save yourselves, yep.
Your offer to host us in Hydaelyn is most appreciated. But will the final days not soon fall upon it as well?
Your hesitation is not unwarranted. The satrap entrusted me with your lives, yet I have failed your comrades. Nor are you wrong to fear that this corruption will continue to spread. I cannot promise you complete safety, even in my homeland. What I can promise is that I will do all in my power to protect you. That power is not inconsiderable. Even now, my countrymen are preparing the vessel that will deliver us to a sanctuary on the moon. Join us on our journey there, and beyond, to new horizons. Come to old Hydaelyn, please.
All right. There they go.
We would be fools to refuse such a generous offer made in earnest.
It seems they've a new destination.
The people of Radzat-Han have known too much suffering. The march to Garlemald will only bring them more, short though it may be.
Yep. Very true.
I quite agree. Fortunately, they have you to look after them.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
very true.
Well,
Behind you! Just there!
Oh, there's another one. Damn that thing. Well, hello, Xenos. Oh, dear God, it's Xenos. Hey, Xenos.
Xenos! Here!
Oh, dear.
You'll be all right. Hurry to the airship.
Why have you come?
Yep. What do you want this time,
A
Xenos?
heretofore unseen beast. 'Twas ripe for the slaying. Poor sport, alas. Unfit to temper my blade.
Oh, for the love of... You cannot still be on about a rematch.
Why not?
That is, and has ever been, my sole concern. You, on the other hand, are fixated on a different quarry. Your passion pales before mine, yet neither hate nor despair seems sufficient to recapture your misdirected bloodlust. So, I hone my blade, and I wait.
Goodness.
That's it. That's all you care about.
Oh, his own countrymen are gonna flip out at him now.
Garlemald is in ruins. Our homeland, the nation you rule, is as good as gone.
Yep.
Along with so many of its people.
Not
just soldiers like us. Not only those who fought and killed for power and duty. Innocent civilians.
Yep. He didn't care about any of them.
Murdered by their own flesh and blood. Lost and confused as they breathed their last. While we who survived with our lives and minds intact were left to freeze to death. The Eorzeans tell me all this was your doing! You slaughtered your countrymen! You did! For what?
For nothing, in the end. So much wasted effort.
Oh, man, you fucking dick!
You bastard!
For your own sake, Eulus, you must control your anger.
Yeah, you don't want to be
It will
transformed.
serve no one should it consume you and see you transformed.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta be careful. Dynamis is everywhere.
Would you be happier had I a good reason?
Oh boy. Oh, he's just rubbing the salt in the wound.
If my motives met with your approval, would you no longer resent the outcome? If so, then perhaps a beast's skin would suit you better.
Frickin' hell, Xenos!
Duty, honor, morality. All constructs of convenience when put to proof. Surely the war taught you how easily power becomes the tool of the self-righteous. How the people's justice was merely a means to their ends?
Jeez.
Yet you would ask me why. Ask any creature of this star and those above for answers, and they will tell you what suits their fancy. And they would be right to do so. What meaning there is to be found in the petty vicissitudes of your existence must be gleaned by you, and you alone. Should you seek it in battle in the fruitless pursuit of my demise, then come. Assume your rightful place as a notch on my blade.
Wow.
You are a blight on the Garlean race, and there would be no more satisfying way to expunge it than by beating you to death. But I will not be party to another tragedy. I refuse to lose anyone else because of you. So go. Go! And may we never suffer your madness again!
Xenos!
Jeez.
Perhaps you found meaning in living this way. I cannot deny you found strength. Yet if you only pursue your hedonistic pleasures and pay no heed to the plight of others, then no one will give you the time of day. You will never get what you want. Not even the battle you pine for so dearly. You'll be alone for an eternity, and you'll deserve every agonizing second of it.
Yep. Good going, Alize! Burn that in your skull, Xenos! Wow, what a scene! The whole thing, just amazing.
We're ready to depart. The refugee ships will be leaving shortly, but I've asked mine to remain for the time being. There's room enough for you to join me on it, if you wish. Do contain your surprise. I needn't agree with the Scion's methods or intentions to acknowledge that their deeds are deserving of gratitude.
We appreciate the offer. But might I ask why you are delaying your departure? I presume it is not solely for our benefit.
Maybe you
I
wanted
must
to
visit
speak with you.
Garlemald ere we return to Hydaelyn. Having caused such an uproar, 'tis only meet that I explain myself to the Ilzabard contingent.
Oh, okay. Well, that's noble, I guess.
Allow us to accompany you then. We should be glad to facilitate, given our familiarity with all concerned. If you would like to join as well, Eulus, we can speak of recent events on the way.
I see him becoming the future leader of the Garlean people.
He'll be off to your seat on the forum next.
Yes, Astidian! Oh, I wonder what's going through his thick head for that one. Oh yeah, like that hurt. That had to have hurt. To see Xenos standing there, so uncaring and unrepentant. Gods, I don't know what came over me. I just blurted out the first thing that came to mind. But looking back on it, I stand by those words. I would say I hope they won't incite him to further villainy, but to be honest, I doubt he even remembers what I said. Anyway, enough about all that. It's good to see you again. I'm level 89, you guys! Just one more to go, and then level 90. So close. Lucia is taking outside help. Lucia is taking stock of the present situation.
No major injuries then. Good.
Indeed. We seem to be
I
alright.
briefed the recovered soldiers and sent them on their way as quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
Yeah, things are going to hell over here.
The additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives. Though not all, I regret to say.
Nope. There were a lot of transformations.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the Forum's envoy, Fortuno Leveilleur. and you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
Yes, perhaps she is.
Another trial wrought by the final days. I was beginning to suspect as much.
Yep.
You doubtless feel some consternation having been forced to abandon your original plan. But trust me when I say you were right to send the refugees elsewhere. Beasts have been sighted within the capital. Perhaps it was a stroke of grim fortune that the population was decimated beforehand, as they've yet to appear in any great number, but in time.
Yep.
In any case, Maxima leads the remainder of the contingent in an effort to cull the creatures and evacuate the populace as we speak. Once the airships are taken to the skies, I pray your men can be persuaded to join him.
You'll permit us to retain our weapons?
Yeah, have you taken a look at the skies
I
lately?
wouldn't have sent you after the Scions were I expecting you to stab them in the back.
And I, for one, would not consider past transgressions more relevant than future contributions. Regardless of the circumstances that saw us at odds before, we need men of courage now, more than ever.
And he has a lot of that, standing up against Xenos. You were ready to go toe-to-toe with him. He would have slaughtered you. But you faced him down. You've earned every bit of this.
We swore to defend Garlemald, and so we shall.
It seems you have everything under control. You will excuse me then, for mine own duties await.
Yeah, I bet.
A moment, Master Fortuno. You did desire to express your appreciation for services rendered, did you not?
Though if you intend to again ask that Sharlayan alter its course, you will find my gratitude insufficient.
'Tis nothing so onerous. I wish to hear the details of this grand endeavor of yours.
I think we're of the same mind.
Do you swear to listen and to learn, and not to embark upon some scheme to impede us?
I swear.
I think he's come to the realization we can't save this world. No matter what we do or how many we try to change back.
Any other I would doubt, but you I trust to keep your word. For not once have you broken it. Very well. I will request that the Forum make you privy to our plans. You may await our summons at the Baldessian Annex, assuming the decision is in your favor. Does that suffice?
It does. You have my thanks.
Excellent. You can regale us with tales of your most recent sojourn to the First while we wait.
Absolutely. I have a lot to tell you guys. Up! His ears just went blip.
Did you hear something just now?
What the hell? What the hell is going on? How'd she get to the planet?
Where is this star's blasted pudding?
Oh dear god, it's a creation gone amok. What are they doing there?
Dawn may banish even the darkest night.
I should have known.
To this bitter climb bring warmth and comfort.
Poor Ulysses' mouth is about to drop onto the ground.
'Tis heartening to see such an assembly upon my return. I thought often of you whilst I looked down upon our star's brilliance from the moon above.
He took the teleporter to the Tower of Babel.
What are you doing here? And dressed like that? Aren't you cold?
Verily, I fear for my health should I proceed to expound upon our purpose, ere I procure more suitable garments.
He's shaking so heavily like a leaf.
Allow me to summarize. We're here because none of you lot are up there. Nor has anyone deigned to send word about any changes in the plans. It's rude, is what it is. At least that's what I thought at first, but then folks got to wondering if you weren't in a spot of bother, so we decided to take matters into our own hands. Come down here and help, if our help be needed.
It's adorable.
So she says, but it's also something of a convenient excuse to visit Etheris. Oriange made it sound absolutely marvelous. More so before the impending doom, but still.
Yeah, the red...
It's not like there will ever be a better time. What with the aforementioned doom?
Yep, it's,
They say, yet not an ounce of pudding to be found. I must suffer Oriange's inferior works no more.
Hey! Maybe consider the plight of present company before you go blathering on about pudding and doom?
Just gonna smack her.
Ahem. As I was saying, should you require any assistance with whatever, we are at your disposal. We were born from Hydaelyn's love for the lives of this star, so naturally we would much prefer to see them continue. Twiddling our thumbs up on the moon is hardly conducive to that, though, is it?
For I should know, these rabbits are all yours.
Not when you've all got such precious thoughts and feelings and hopes for the future deserving of more active preservation. Speaking to Oriange made us realize that while we've carried out our duties to the letter, we've failed to fulfill them in spirit. From there, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump towards resolving to do better. So please, show us how. Help us help you.
Aww. So much doom! Alright, Fortuno.
Forgive me, but are they...
Yeah, they're the ones you've been talking to on the moon.
Thy distant collaborators, indeed.
Hail, fellow, well met. You'd be a member of the Forum, would you? It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you at last.
Yeah, that's who you've been talking to.
I'm Livingway, Hydaelyn's right paw. That last bit is very important. As am I, if I may humbly say so myself.
He's about ready to lose his hair.
Bid you welcome to our star, Livingway. On behalf of the Forum, I thank you for traveling such a distance to meet us. As you have surmised, preparations for the Exodus have not proceeded as smoothly as we had hoped. I should be happy to personally escort you to our headquarters in Sharlayan, where you may advise us as you deem fit.
Good stuff.
'Twas with reluctance that I set aside the great work of readying the moon for habitation. Be assured that I did so only after the Loperites made plain their earnest desire to come hither, and I myself felt a growing certainty that their contributions here would prove invaluable.
Oh, man.
'Tis trite, perhaps, but I followed my heart.
Yes, you did. good to haveth you back. May thy disciples banish this darkest of nights. Huh?
I am no esteemed philosopher of Eld. Nevertheless, 'tis my hope that what little knowledge I shared shall serve them well, and perchance help save us all.
Yeah, we'll see.
Will thou attend us at the forum and lend thine own wisdom?
The pudding way in the background!
Settled, can we start moving before Urianger catches his death? Even I'm freezing out here.
Yeah.
Oh, I dare say you'll warm up quickly once you're aboard the airship. Sat shoulder to shoulder with our fur-covered friends.
Good stuff. Fortuno looks like his head's about to explode. Ah, here we are, back in old Charlayan. I dare say Master Fortuno was as nonplussed as we to learn the identity of Hydaelyn's lunar custodians. As he will soon discover, they have much and more to offer the Forum. Might I suggest we return to the Annex forthwith? We may yet have time to discuss thy recent adventures ere we are summoned to the rostra. Alright, let's go. We will complete this quest and then I will probably call it a day. Been at this for about 2 hours now, I do believe. I think. How long have we been at this for? 2 hours? Oh, an hour and a half. That's it? Really? Oh, right. I delayed a half hour. Maple pancakes. That's adorable. The impending doom. Not that I'm complaining, Urianger, but I wasn't expecting to see you quite so soon. Nor I thee. In extolling the virtues of Aetheris, I did inadvertently awaken in the Loperites a desire to avert our beloved star's demise. Yeah, good luck with that. I don't think that's happening. Cryo tells us you have obtained new knowledge that may aid us in our ongoing efforts. I've news to share regarding our study of the ethereal sea, but your findings are certain to be of greater interest, so I would rather hear them first. So, to what revelations did Hydaelyn's Elpis flower lead? Oh god, where to start? Get talking, Corona! My goodness, we went through a lot of stuff. 3 hours pass. And that's the end of it. Then this Dynamis is what drives the final days. If it and Akasha are one and the same, this all but proves Nadana's theory. were an entity through sheer force of emotion to control this vast dormant reservoir into a raging river. Its power might surpass even that of ether. Or were an entity, yeah. But if our star is so replete with ether, said entity would need to be outside its influence to effectively manipulate the dynamis of the great expanse. Meteion, or rather the sorrow and suffering of fallen civilizations that she's been hoarding for millennia. Untold anguish and fear and hatred drawn from every corner of the universe, all for a single purpose, the destruction of Aetheris. Then our foe is no longer some unknowable calamity. We have but one aim, to defeat Meteion. You make it sound so simple, but you're not wrong. Vanquish Meteion and we deliver the world from the final days. But to even attempt it, there are two conditions. First, we must determine her location. Before Meteion escaped, an enchantment was placed upon her by Venat, the woman who would become Hydaelyn. The implications of temporal magics are not entirely understood, and so we cannot assume that our Hydaelyn and the Venat you met at Elpis are one and the same. Nevertheless, due to her intrinsic qualities as an all-powerful being, I'd wager that Hydaelyn possesses the knowledge we seek. Whether she would share that knowledge with us, however, remains to be seen. After all, she intends for us to flee Aetheris, not to stay. Do you suppose she's abandoned her pursuit of Meteion? The Venat I know would never give up. No, but Meteion is still out there. Well, both of them are pretty sound. Though not for lack of trying on Hydaelyn's part. Surely that's why she used me as a conduit for her will and provided clues such as the Elpis flower. I believe she has been waiting for mankind's answer to Hermes' question. So, what's the second condition? We must find a means to reach Meteion. Naturally, our chosen method will depend entirely upon wheresoever she's made her nest. Then communing with Hydaelyn must by necessity come first. Did you and Master Meteion have any luck with your investigation into the Ethereal Sea? Sadly not. Though we enlisted the help of our involved and other Echo-blessed allies, we couldn't detect so much as a whisper from Hydaelyn, even from within the antitower. Master Meteion is of the opinion that in the years since abandoning it, the Forum has found some other method of receiving instructions from Hydaelyn. If so, it would most likely be some form of apparatus for observing the Ethereal Sea built closer to home. Knock knock! Scions! Sorry to interrupt. We just received word from the Forum. Your presence is required in the Rostra, where they intend to discuss the Great Exodus. Then Father was able to persuade them. They're finally taking us seriously. Let us hear what they have to say. Alright, so we go to the Rostra, everybody. To think the Crystal Tower of the First is capable of such feats as sending one's soul into the distant past, the events you witnessed and helped shape may yet hold the key to forestalling the final days. I'm reminded of dear friends in a future I unmade, whose selfless efforts saw the 8th Umbral Calamity averted. In this timeline, at least, too much has been sacrificed for us to abandon Aetheris now. After sending Gra and Estinian back to Garlemald, I stayed in Locus Amonis for a time. Being an imperial province, it was already in turmoil before the onset of the final days. You wouldn't believe the difficulties we had overseeing the evacuation of the villages we visited. I have faith the detachment we left behind will continue our work and shepherd the people to safety. To what safety can be found in a world coming to an end. Master Meteion has suspected for some time that the Forum has been constructing a new facility for the purpose of surveying the Ethereal Sea. Of course, as the custodian of the Anti-Tower, which should presumably be rendered obsolete as a result, she has a few things to say about that. Nothing that should be repeated in polite company, you understand. After you left for Garlemald, I went to Labyrinthos and tried to reach Hydaelyn using the Elpis flowers. Alas, my attempts were in vain. I could only assume that she spent a vast amount of her power in the confrontation with Fandaniel, and is presently unable to communicate. Indeed, as her presence left my body, I could feel how faint it had grown. Father had granted us the opportunity we've been waiting for. Though we know not what information, if any, if they intend to reveal, there's only one way to find out. To the Rastra. Well, that was much quicker response than I was expecting. Nice to know our efforts on Magna Glacius didn't go unnoticed. I hope you don't mind me staying behind while you attend your big meeting. The Rastra reminds me a bit too much of the supremely scary tribunal in Ishgard. You'll forgive me if I keep my distance. At first I wasn't sure what to make of Hermes and his motives, but it's like we discussed at the Great Work, when faced with the harsh realities of life, some seek the release of death, others grow defiant, they fight. Either way, it is our right to choose. 'Twas Hydaelyn's commandment that in the event Zodiac should perish, the Loporrits would deliver the people of Etheris from harm. Although that may be the limit of their duties, they possess knowledge unparalleled of the great expanse and the means of its traversal. Should they be persuaded to assist in our efforts to reach Meteion, we should do well to heed their counsel. Alright then. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot to take in. So some are in the belief that we can actually use the Loporrits to somehow find Meteion and defeat her. The only problem with that is we'd have to bring the moon over to do it, because the moon is the only spaceship that we've got. And I don't know if the moon is safe enough to bring all those people to face Dynamis like that. Like, it's one thing to face it on this planet where Aether is still trying to fight back, but out there in the expanse, Dynamis is like 100%. Like, that kind of strength against an etheric soul would just be nothing but bad news. The forum is in session, as such, the rostra is closed to visitors. A scion of the 7th Dawn? Very well. You may wait in the corridor. Of course, entry will only be permitted on the condition you leave your armaments at the door. Lest you forget, the sacred institution holds rational discourse in the highest. The implements of war are expressly forbidden. Bloop. Alright, I'll leave it at the door. Oh man, that is so cool. You are the Scions, yes? There is nothing more that I can tell you of the Great Exodus, save for what you've heard at the Forum's proclamation. Please be on your way. I'm just gonna take a look around quickly, because this is really cool. We're inside the Forum. That is really, really cool. Here we go. Looks like there's voices, so I'll turn back on the story mode. Oh boy.
There is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter.
Go for it.
We are here to listen and to learn. But if the Forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends.
Indeed.
By your leave, of course.
Yeah, go for it. We have nothing to lose at this point.
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far.
Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
Thank you, everyone.
If I may have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence.
Ah, good old ad hoc session.
The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, at their request, on the Great Exodus. You may enter.
Wow, this is a lot different than the last time we came in here, almost in shackles. Almost thrown in a Charlian jail cell.
On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glacies. We shall not soon forget your service to us, and the people of Radzat. The Satrap, whom we have informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Oh, we've got a lot of questions here. We could ask a whole bunch of things.
Let us begin.
Yeah, let's do it.
First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose that Charlian has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Charlian citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after.
Good stuff.
Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radzat was foremost among these, but since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
Yep.
As many as we can.
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
Very true.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct. This arc, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets. Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Seven hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient. Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were to solve your problem?
Oh?
We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency, on 2 conditions. If we succeed, you must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
"'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the Antitower had you no other means of communication.
Interesting.
One far more convenient, I suspect.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course.
Yeah.
If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Yep.
Delightful as always, Master Alfino.
His own teacher. Just laughing up there. Oh, I love it.
Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself. Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration.
Good stuff.
I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
Order! Order! We have no time to waste on debate. I call a vote.
Oh, here we go. We go get
All
votes.
in favor of agreeing to the Scion's terms?
There we go.
"71 in favor, 28 against. The ayes have it.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Fortuneau, as the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
Oh, take that, Fortuneau.
Very well.
that's
Pull
so
this session
good.
to a close. Return to your tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
Oh, that is so good. Rest assured, I have every intention of honoring the forum's decision. Yep. Yes, you do. My affinity for espionage may have earned me the title of Archon, but I was completely unaware of the forum's plans. There may have been clues here and there had I been of a mind to look for them, but contemplating that possibility only serves to further wound my pride. Not that anyone could have realistically surmised that their brilliant stratagem was to build a giant ship, fly to the moon, a still larger vessel in truth, and use that to travel to another star. Even now, the whole idea seems positively absurd when spoken aloud. Of late, I have seen no signs of the Loperites. This being their first opportunity to experience the wonders of Charlayan, the potential for misadventure is nigh infinite. Perhaps if Midgard Sormer were still alive in the traditional sense, that is, he could have offered to help the vessel attain the necessary speeds. Then again, there's no guarantee his contribution would have made enough of a difference to matter. The further we pursue the mysteries of the universe, the more I struggle to comprehend the fortuitous nature of time itself. We measure and quantify it based on observations of celestial bodies such as the sun and the moon. But from your account, it is unclear whether the ancients viewed time in a different manner, or a similar manner. I mention this because while Venat knew the final days would reoccur at a defined point in the future, she presumably had no way of knowing exactly when. Even so, the completion of the forum's preparations to escape to the moon aligning so closely with the advent of the final days is surely no coincidence. I'm a little vexed that we've yet to learn of the forum's replacement for the anti-tower, though I expect in time they'll share that with us too. And with Master Meteion if they've any sense. I'll admit, bringing up the issue of the forum's incomplete arc was more than a little daunting. They were, to their credit, quite open about the current state of affairs. What was even more surprising, though, is they even took Alphino up on his offer. While I very much take issue with the forum's approach to selecting whom to save and when, they're not wrong for wanting to minimize potential conflicts. Fortunately, if this plan of ours actually works, the Great Exodus itself will become entirely unnecessary. Sorry about not letting the rest of you in on my plan. I was admittedly thinking on my feet for the most part. But since we require both a means of communing with Hydaelyn and reaching Meteion, in the spur of the moment I saw involving ourselves with the completion of the Ark as a way to move towards both objectives simultaneously. However, we must keep our end of the bargain by solving the problem of the Aether Burner. I'd like to think of it not as a challenge beyond our combined expertise, or at least the expertise of our extended circle of associates. It might behoove us to learn how an Aether Burner actually works before we attempt to improve it, though. There we go! Hey, you're right, you guys. That was a lot to take in today. That was pretty heavy stuff. But with all of that said, I believe... Wait a minute. Am I the only one who took off my weapon at the front door? I am! Everyone's got their weapon except for Kryl. But everyone else has their weapon. Well, oh well, whatever. I will put my weapon back on now. Whoop! There it is. Yeah, that's a good weapon right there. I love the look of that weapon. Alright, everybody. That is all for today's live stream. I really hope you all enjoyed that. I'm just in awe at this whole thing. How to how to put it into like detail and like theory and like hypothesis and hypotheses, and just like the only thing that I could honestly probably say that so far that we're planning on doing is using the ship and like somehow getting it to I don't know, I guess to the moon and then to Meteion, because if the moon's only good for like one journey or like little bursts of journeys, like I don't understand how a smaller ship could go out that far. So I'm still leaning towards us like getting the ship ready and then taking it to the moon, and then using the moon itself as our vessel to go to wherever Meteion is. Who knows? We're gonna find out, right? But we're gonna find out probably tomorrow. So tomorrow's live stream will probably be at around 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, and we will continue as we go through Endwalker. I have a feeling we're getting a little bit closer towards the end. I wonder how much further we have to go. But for now, you all take care of yourselves.